Hello and welcome back to another edition of Saltwater Gaming. This one's a little bit late just because I've been traveling after the holidays, and I do apologize for that. I'm now camping out at one of my aunt's houses, just kind of tucked away in one of the bedrooms. So it's guerrilla podcasting, if you will. I've covered a lot of the big anticipated stuff from 2018. Eventually we've got Kingdom Hearts 3, we've got the newest God of War, we've got the newest Far Cry, which looks amazing. But one of the things that I have not covered, I've covered a bunch of the whole action adventure kind of exploration, the shooters of the AAA title, but I don't normally cover indie titles, or what some may consider indie titles, but what others may just be considering casual or calming games, rather something where you use your brain and you calm down and you think out your schedule, rather than just go and take a shotgun to a demon's face. So I'd like to start a little bit of a type of review called a moment of zen, if you will. And the first moment of zen that I'd like to introduce is Stardew Valley. Now this game came out, I believe, in 2016, so it's been out for a little while. And if you like games like Harvest Moon or any of the farming simulators or any of the cute little farming simulators, then this is very much a game for you. It's very simple. There's a lot of multitasking that you can do. So for those of us with ADHD, it's great. It's absolutely wonderful. And it's sometimes some resource management, some social activity management, because you have to, if you find your person, you have to give them gifts and talk to them every day and keep up the activity. And it's just very, very calming. It's not a game where you have like an overall goal. You have a storyline, you have events that you can complete, and there's choices that you can make, but it's very much a game where you can take your time and just go and spend a day cutting down trees, or building a chicken coop, or just exploring. It's got a little bit of everything for everybody. So you've got a little bit of your RPG skill building. You've got dungeon crawler, hack and slash for the mining parts. And it's very much a game where you plug it in, you unplug yourself, and you just kind of go with how the day is going, or how the game is going. Each season, you have different farming seasons. Each season is about 28 days. So you have 28 days to grow your crops and get as much money out of that as you can, and continue to expand your farm and build different buildings and machines and fish and all this other kind of stuff. And it's one of those games where you can pick it up mainly for cheap on Steam. I got it for about $10 on Steam on my laptop, and it runs fine on an HP laptop that's actually that can't support a lot of things, unfortunately. But I also picked it up on PS4 just because I liked it that much. And I play a little differently on the PS4 than I do on the laptop. So it's one of those games where I didn't think I would enjoy it, and then I found a guy from one of the big YouTube channels, I think it was Team 4-Star. He started playing it, and I just kind of watched for about 2 episodes, and then my interest got piqued, and I got it for cheap, and I have enjoyed it very, very much since then. So yeah, I'd highly recommend Stardew Valley if you just need something to keep you occupied, or something to calm your brain down, where you don't curse at 12-year-olds for camping on you, or you need just a really slow story driven. It's very much one of those things that you can do in your free time and not feel rushed to finish it. Because I really don't think there is a finish. There's things you can complete, and you just keep growing and fishing and mining and all this other kind of noise. Another title that is really good for calming you down, in one that I thought that I would hate just because it was so hyped and everyone loved it, and now it's kind of died down and it's become a little bit of a gym, a cultural gym in the gaming community, is Journey. Journey, the soundtrack is absolutely gorgeous. If you don't like little indie games where it's just puzzles or platforms, it's gorgeous. This soundtrack is amazing. It's moving. It is probably, if for those of you that enjoy like the symphony kind of soundtracks and don't do all the little cheapy 8-bit or what have you, 16-bit soundtracks that a lot of the tinier games are doing, this one is very much worth your time, if for nothing more than the music. But Journey came out a while ago, and if you need something to just focus on, just one thing, just buy this game. It's very much a game where you just sit back and just follow it as it goes. You don't have to manage any resources. You just boot it up, and it's very short. I think I beat it in about a couple hours. So it's not one of these games where it takes you 48 hours or 60 hours. No, it's not a 60-hour game. It's just more of an experience. It's an interactive experience. And the gorgeous, and you find it's multiplayer. You'll find people pop up and they just follow you around, and you can chirp to them, and it's nothing like too competitive. It's just very moving. It's very peaceful, and it's something that I thought that I would absolutely hate, because younger me was just like, no, we need to do something. We need to shoot stuff, or we need to go and explore a temple. We need to run and jump, and no, you don't need that. You don't need all of the flashing colors. You don't need to be looking down the scope. You don't need to be competing with somebody. You don't need to be screaming on your couch to some kid that lives in his mom's basement and has skipped school for 3 days straight just to, play Battlefront or Call of Duty. Just, you need something to separate your gaming experience, because yes, a Call of Duty game can be an enjoyable time if you like the campaign, or if you're just really into multiplayer. Battlefront 2 is probably not going to be a good time, and I don't ever recommend that, but you need something to separate you from, all of the main titles. So the Assassin's Creed, the Wolfenstein, the Call of Duty. You just need this tiny little gem, and that can be Stardew Valley or Journey. Any kind of game that just makes your brain kind of rest. There's not a lot of thinking. It's just kind of watching your character and just reacting with the environment. It's very peaceful, and I think everyone needs at least one Zen game, because if you're consuming nothing but like action RPGs or action titles or adventure titles or anything like that, then you're just going to be twitchy and expect the same kind of experience from every game that you need. Now, if you're a consumer of only that kind of stuff, that's fine too. I'm just saying it might be time to just kind of branch out a little bit and check your indie developers. Go on Steam, check the bundle packs, because there's more than likely at least one Zen title that's in a bundle pack that you can get for like $10 and you get 6 games. Wait for the Steam sales. Just go and experiment outside of your gaming comfort zone, because I did that with Stardew and I did that with Journey, and wow, it's been a good time, and I've enjoyed the ride, and I'm sad that Journey ended. I'm still working on Stardew, and I'll probably get back into that as soon as I'm done with this review. And if you like Stardew, then try out Harvest Moon if you can find a Harvest Moon title, because it's the foreground to farming sims, and you can make a family and get pets and whatnot. I have chickens in Stardew, and I have an entire coop of chickens, and they're all named after Stranger Things characters, and I'm so happy with that. It's just the little things that make the world up, and the little perks in the environment. Like, you can be walking through and see rabbits running into the underbrush, or when it's like fall, you can see woodpeckers flying in the horizon, and it's just very peaceful, and it's very nice, and it's adorable. I think it's a 8-bit or a 16-bit based world, and it's just, the art style is great, and the art style for Destiny is great. That one's a little bit more fleshed out, but I'm starting to really enjoy Zen games, and I think that you should give them a try, is the whole main thing. So in the new year, since we've had a great year for gaming, kind of a shaky year for everything else. Don't know how you have been doing personally, and I hope that your year has been, somewhat good. I hope 2018 is better for you, but it's just been a little bit shaky, and that's okay. We've got a lot to look forward to in 2018, and if you need something to just take your mind off of any of the bad stuff, then I do recommend Stardew Valley or Journey, or just check Steam, check GOG, check the PSN network, check Xbox Live, whatever they use for the Switch store, I guess, Nintendo store. Just find something that will help, whether it's a game that has great background music, or whether it's a game that just has kind of slow lighting, or find what calms you down. Find that in a game, and get that sucker, and just start playing it, and start enjoying the experience rather than, the story. Because the story will be there. You just gotta enjoy the ride.
There's a reason they call them lazy Sundays. There's nothing better than sitting around and enjoying the comforts of a good book. But what book should that be? Well, every Sunday, Eventide brings you The Bookseller, hosted by Jessica Gillen. Each week, Jessica breaks down a different book and tells you everything you need to know before cracking it open and getting lost in a whole new world. Tune in every Sunday for The Bookseller with Jessica Gillen, brought to you by Eventide Entertainment.
This has been the last episode of 2017 of Saltwater Gaming. I know that it's been a little bit of a rocky road, and I do apologize. This has been my first time trying to keep track of this. I'm going to try and restructure the show in 2018. I'm actually going to start working on more scripting, and might start a Twitch channel and a YouTube channel if you'd be interested in that, and I'll post more details about that when I get them in. I hope everyone has a wonderful wonderful New Year's, wonderful end of 2017, and here's to 2018. Here's to all the AAA and indie titles we get to get our hands on, and here's to hopefully getting Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm Ellison Smith. This has been Saltwater Gaming. You'll have a happy New Year's, and I'll see you in 2018. Bye, guys.